Today's video all about 2021, and I want to share some forecasts and predictions from Lawrence Yoon, who is the head of research for the National Association of Realtors. These are the folks who are behind Realtor.com. So they have a lot of insights, and I'm seeing a lot of some of the themes he talked about being echoed by other experts as well. So here are the top headlines about this. Number one is that he's predicting that our low interest rates that really drove and fueled all the great real estate boom of 2020 is going to continue in 2021. He's predicting that probably the interest rates will creep to about 3.1%. I've had a client even get 2.5%. Oh my word. I was like, that's like free money. So if you have been waiting on the sidelines and think that interest rates are going to be changing dramatically, the good news is they're not. This is a time to jump in because your money really can go much further. You can buy more house. It's really, this low interest rate is offsetting the price increases that we saw. But at some point, home prices are still going to possibly outpace these interest rates. So now is a great year to be thinking about buying in 2021. The second thing that he shared is that our inventory shortage is not going away anytime soon. He's predicting that the new home sales that made up about 23% of all of the sales in 2020 are now going to decrease to about 20%. And what is causing this is that we have had a couple years of just not enough things being built. We've had lot shortages, so just can't find the land to build on. We've had labor increases tremendously. And then this year, of course, we all heard about the astronomical lumber fees. So to give you a sense of how much lumber prices went up in 2020, and they started to correct a little bit in the fall, was that for an average home to be built, they got to be framed in lumber, $16,000 more to build the exact same house. So if you have been looking at a development where they have multiple phases and you got, like, I have a couple clients where we got in on phase one and I told them, I was like, by the time they finish building yours and we see phase two going on the market, I guarantee you your house is going to appraise for more than you paid, because we knew that labor and lumber were going up, and that has worked out in their favor every single time. So this is great news. You get in early on a development, because the prices always will go up the later the phases that you jump into. The next thing he's predicting is that home prices, which raised on average about 6% across the country, they're going to go up another 3%. So I know if you're a buyer, that might be a little bit discouraging news, but at the same time, we've got these low interest rates that are offsetting that. And he's predicting that, like, it's not like 2021 is going to be the height. He is actually predicting for the next couple years that we are going to continue to see a continual creep of 3 to 4% in home prices. So again, I know that since I have been doing this, I have been telling buyers to jump into the pool now, because Nashville, particularly, prices were not going to get any less expensive in the near future, and that has proven to be true. So again, I'd say that even though you might feel like you're buying at the top of the market, I guarantee you are not buying at the top of the market in Nashville, Tennessee right now in 2021. It is going to continue to go higher. We just have so many more people moving here, and you're probably hearing a lot of press about all the people leaving California, and a lot of them are choosing Tennessee because they are looking for that no state income tax. They want more space. They know their money will go further. And with so many people being able to work remotely, they just don't have to live in San Francisco to do their job anymore. So that is also driving up the demand for, where we just do not have enough inventory. Another prediction he's making is that, and I hear this from some people who still think there's this like wave of foreclosures coming. He's not predicting this at all. And we have seen a lot of people saying that this is just not likely to be happening. This is not 2008, a subprime market. All the factors that caused that are just not even in play. Right now, even in a great year, we will always have foreclosures. 1% of the population is going to default. So that's a normal, acceptable, just like, yes, greens fees kind of situation. Like, people shouldn't have gotten those loans. Even in June, during the pandemic, when the people who thought they were just going to be temporarily furloughed unfortunately lost their jobs, and a lot of things stopped happening in the summer. Even in June, it only rose to about 2.5%. That was the height of the foreclosure, because we had banks step in, we had the government step in and make sure that people were not going to lose their homes. We also have people that have tremendous amount of equity in their homes, so they can sell instead of having to be foreclosed upon. They're still going to come out with some money in their pocket, more than likely. We also just have a tremendous inventory shortage. A balanced market is when we have a 5 to 6 month supply. So that's when like buyers and sellers are on pretty even negotiation, point of view. But we are nowhere near that. We are still below 3 month supply. Now, back in 2008, there was actually a 10-month supply. 10 months, oh my word. So you can imagine that a lot of those factors just are not even coming into play. No one is predicting anything like that. Actually, here in the greater Nashville area, the zip code with the highest amount of foreclosures is 37218. That is north of town. It's north of Buena Vista and all of that. It's more Bordeaux and headed over toward the Ashland City region, but not Ashland City. So hopefully that gives you some sense that if you're waiting for some foreclosures, then you're going to possibly be waiting a long time. Sure, there's going to be some more auctions and that sort of thing, but you need to kind of come with your suitcase of cash to be able to outbid other people with cash on those. So let's not bank on that happening. Let's go ahead and get you into a home while we know prices are going to continue. The trajectory is that Nashville prices are going to continue to increase for the next at least 5 years, if not beyond that, before there is ever a real correction in what a lot of people call the housing bubble. It's just not predicted to happen at all here. So that's the great news. I know people love our hospitality, love what Nashville has to offer. And we've got great weather. We have a diversified economy. We have the no state income tax. Just a lot of things. And of course, we are Music City. And it's just so high on a lot of people's lists of places to move. So if you've been thinking that 2021 is the year you are going to get off the fence and do something, whether you're going to be jumping into the market for the first time as a first-time home buyer, or you have a property to sell and you're ready to upsize or downsize, I would love to talk to you about your specific situation and how we can make the most of it. I am all about helping you build wealth for yourself. That's the name of the game in real estate. You definitely want to have a fantastic home to live in, but it's ultimately about building security for you and your family down the road. So let me help you do it. I can't wait.